Hello, everybody. This is Jesse. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully, this is up and running and working, and we don't have any issues. So, as always, because of my ineptitude when it comes to technology, if there is any issues, please go ahead and let me know in the chat. It has been a while since I have done a live. Medical issues abound, wintertime, and just life in general. But here I am, and I have some Viver, and I am ready to make some awesome content and make a lot of sawdust. So, if you guys have been waiting for some videos, I am in the process of working on one right now for sure. Let's see here. We got Robert's always here. Thank you, Robert. I see you every time. I do appreciate you saying hello from Ohio. We got Fred. Hello from Maine. Nice and cold up there, I would imagine. Beautiful trees, though. Robert, thank you. I'm hearing me okay. Thank you. And evening, Jesse. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I was a little sick for a couple days there, but I'm doing good now. Just needed a few days of rest. Much rest as a man that I can get. So, all right. So for this, well, let's see, it's the first one of the year. So we're going to be talking about 2022. One of the things, one of the first videos I watched right before I decided I was going to start a YouTube page, a YouTube channel, was Shop Nation, which I watched his videos before that, but he every year he did that one that talks about how much he makes on YouTube, kind of just throwing it out there, and apparently it's a big hit for him as one of his most watched videos. So he does it every year. I don't want to do a whole video on that because there's not much to say, but what I am going to do is kind of tell you how YouTube and all everyone here has affected me, kind of give you an idea of what a really small channel like myself can get. Let's see here. You are 5x5, and I'm missing that there. I'm not. Explain that one to me. 5x5. I don't. All right. All right. So I'm going to go over that with you, kind of let what it's done, and then I'm going to talk about things I did in 22, things I wish I would have done better, mistakes that I had made. I'm going to go into some of them. I'm going to have a video coming up very soon about things I wish I would have changed in my first full year as a content creator, woodworkers, which really am a woodworking YouTuber, because I feel like my woodworking, which is still growing, is better than my YouTubing. And then we're going to discuss our goals for 23, whether that be life goals, whether that would be mainly in the contents of the shop, but my shop is my life, so both figuratively and spiritually. So hopefully we're gonna have a good time in today, and we're gonna, as always, I always take questions, and kind of give you a heads up on what's coming up. So first thing, let's get right down to it. Has YouTube changed my life? Well, yes, it always has. Now, I mean, it has pretty much from the beginning. Oh, everything okay? Sound and video, great, thanks. Glad to hear that. I upgraded my phone. We went in today just to get our account fixed, and they, good sales lady, lowered our payment, got me a new phone. Supposed to have a better camera. I could tell already that there's not any bumping back and forth. I don't look like one of those old samurai movies where the voice in the is different than the mouth. And then made sure that I charged my Rode microphones and the whole 9 yards. I turned off the heater, but it's a nice day for it, so we are good to go. All right, so YouTube. As of today, let me look here and see, and I will share the screen with you. So we're gonna go deep into it here. Let me go present, share screen, share. Okay, so you should be seeing what I'm going to see here. Channel analytics dashboard. Okay, so as of today, as of right now, I have 8,347 subscribers, and my first video was about a year ago, I think. Let me check here. Let me go to, Let me go to analytics. We'll go to subscribers and wait, audience. Okay, so subscribers are 120. Let's go to last 365 days. 83. Yeah, so my first video, I think, content, and we'll go all the way down to the bottom. Oh, hey, I'm on 2 pages now. They add the shorts in there, so my first video is on January 12th. So tomorrow will be a year. Oh, look at that. Good timing. So tomorrow will be a year for myself. And like I said, I am now at 8,347 subscribers. And a majority of those, honestly, were within the first 6 months. In fact, I'm going to share a page with you here. So when it comes to any year, how YouTube works is that, hold on, let me see. Let me change something here. Oh, wait, let me go to, sorry. Oh, here we go. Perfect. All right. So how YouTube works is you have to, before you get into what's called the monetization program, is you have to have 4,000 watch hours. So that means people have to be on your video for 4,000 hours. And you have to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers. For some channels, that takes, I'm in a group with some people, they're on a year, 2 years, and they're finally getting to that. Good channels. And then there, for other people, like I think Lincoln Street Woodworks, it took him less than a year to get almost 100,000 or maybe over 100,000 subscribers. So, but he's pretty entertaining. He's funny. He's got, I have a long way to go before my my thumbnails and everything are like his. But you take all that into consideration. It's I'm really ecstatic that it grew this much, especially since I'm not Rob Cosman. You're not coming to me specifically because of who I am and my expertise. I don't have, I'm not selling really good stop blocks like Jonathan Cap Moses. I'm not, I don't have those things yet, but there'll be some merchandise coming out. So I'll go over that in a little bit. And then I don't have any plans yet, but once again, those are going to be coming out as well. And and then I made some mistakes in my first year. In fact, let me share this screen with you here. So we're going to go back. So start off with what, most people, when they watch those videos, they want to know how much you make. And I can tell you that I was able to buy a tool, which is nice. So I ain't going to complain. I basically got my bandsaw from my dollar store video. And I needed one. So, at least it kind of broke out even. But let me go to analytics, revenue, and boom, boom. Perfect. And no, that's not it. Hold on. I lost it. I had it earlier. Bear with me here. Revenue, there it is. Okay, so so for 2022, I made a total of $2,516.77. Now, you'll notice that you'll see here that 4 videos, 3 videos, 2 videos, 3 videos. So my first 4, 6, 12 videos were before monetization. Then I finally got monetized, and there was a big, it's hard to see it, but right here, there was a big jump. This is where I got all my subscribers, and it was all from that dollar store video. And now another one of my videos are taking off. That is my video about small shop, how to design your small shop. But the dollar store video really took off, and most of this, I think, like probably 2,000 was from that one video. Now, of course, not all of this is money in my pocket, because I have all these apps and things that I pay for monthly, even like the app that I use, StreamYard. So, but it doesn't cost, all of it. So I still made some money, which is really nice. And it was all right here. And then, but you'll notice, as I was saying, is all my videos were here. Then the dreaded summer hit. And then shorts and lives were all I did right here. where that right there, where you see nothing but the three lives and nothing else, from basically about the beginning of June till October, is where my channel nosedive, because since I wasn't making content, YouTube wasn't pushing it, and not as hard. So all this I lost. I wasn't going to maintain this for the whole time, but all this was lost right here. And I'm just getting a little couple bumps here and there, but you could tell that, let me look at this. You make like $2, $3 a day, but it's passive income, and eventually it will bump up. So I'm not complaining. I mean, I wasn't expecting to make anything for 2 years. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now, when it comes to Amazon, they have a minimum of $100 that you need to hit before they give you any commissions. I spent all year and I never even hit that $100. I haven't checked it in so long. I've been stuck at $66 for who knows how long. So somehow I managed not to get anything during the Christmas season. That means nobody was clicking on my videos, going to Amazon and then buying other things, because that's how it works. So I completely missed out on Amazon. It was my fault. I didn't put any videos out that made people want to click on the link. So, a little bit of tweaking and working here. I'll get some affiliate money, but so I made zero affiliate money last year. I don't even know if they're going to give me the 66. I think they just chalk it up as loss leader, or they hold on to the next year. So that's it. That's pretty much where it's at. Now, when it comes to did it change my life? No. I mean, I got an awesome bandsaw, so I ain't complaining. But the main thing for me is that the page is growing, and I have all of you all watching me, and it's really cool because I can usually see the same 5 or 6 people, up to 10 people at a time watching every time I go live. So it's nice to know that there's a core group of people out there, and I'm assuming that as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, that core group of people is going to get bigger, maybe one day I'll be able to say this video is brought to you by. Now, if that does come, just know that I'm going to do my best to. I know that I will not be doing like, if I never do tool reviews anyways. I just tell you kind of like what I have and why I have it. I plan on doing some tool reviews in the future. The one thing I don't like about tool review videos is that it doesn't seem like they keep it very long to do the tool review. Like they're unboxing it. I don't want to know about the unboxing of it. I want to know, when you use it every day, does it work? But if I do some tool reviews, or if I take any sponsors, I'm going to try to keep it non-woodwork related. So I know those are annoying, but I also know that, especially now that I'm a content creator myself, when I see them, I sit through them and watch them, because I know that, I want to be able to watch that particular content creator, and I want them to keep coming back and making videos. And I know that if I'm watching their things that they have to do, that means they're able to, put their time and effort into it. Because it probably, if you make a table, let's say, so recently I made a table, and if you follow me on social media, I called it the Dempsey. I felt like being like Four Eyes Design and naming my piece. And it's also named after my dad. So I figured my first real piece of furniture, I would name after my dad. I did that one off the book, so to speak. I didn't record it. I probably should have, because I know there was people that wanted to see it. But I didn't record it, because that was, for me, that was therapy. I was going through some, some stuff, and I needed to release. And if it took me, because I did mess up the table, but if it took me, and I think I'm going to make it again, just a little bit different, because it was a one-off design. I'm going to make it again, and but I'm going to I'm going to do an inlay in the middle of it, instead of epoxy. But I'm gonna, if I do it again, I'll take a video of it. But if it takes me, let's say, 10 hours to make a table, it probably takes 30 hours if you add recording and editing and setting up the camera in between shots. So that's why the easiest videos to do are the informational videos. Some of those, like when I was doing them at first, I had all these video ideas, and I had 4 in a month, or 3, and 7 in the first 2 months of my channel. It was just me talking. But when you do a build video, which I think are coming back, I like the build videos. I find myself liking the 30-minute build videos. But when I start doing those, it does take extra work, which I'm happy to do. It just, I'm barely learning how to do my workflow as someone who's not as experienced as other woodworkers. But I have to fit in, which is why I remodeled my shop. But it's also part of the next video, which is finally I got a dust collector. So spoiler alerts, my next video that I'm working on now, that I'm recording half of, and then the other half when I get the fittings and stuff, is me installing dust collection, besides my dust deputy, because it was bad in here. It was getting to the point where I was coughing. I felt like I was making myself sick because I wasn't doing the dust collection. So, all right, let's see here. Where are we at here? Hey, hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Happy 1 year anniversary. Thank you. I didn't realize that. If I would have known that, I would have set this up for tomorrow. So it could have been a 1 year anniversary, but see, it's missed opportunities. How you are the best. Well, I appreciate that. To me, it's watching you grow as I grow in my woodworking knowledge. That is a draw. Down to earth and sharing the good and the bad as you go. That's appreciated for sure. That was, and I appreciate you saying that, because that was the point of this channel. Because when I put the videos out there into the YouTube space, I really didn't think I get a lot of people watching, but maybe I told my wife, I said, look, this is what's going to happen. I'm either going to get new people who are new to, and they want to know that they're not alone in some of the silly mistakes that they make, or why they can't, for the life of them, get their miters to fit right. We're going to learn all that together. And then I would get the old dogs who have been doing this for so long that watching someone fumble around, that'd be like, watching their son make mistakes, and, sons and daughters when they were teaching them. And, it's kind of a reminder. And I think I got a little bit of both in here, as it was. Would be interesting to understand how you create your videos and things you use to bring the content to YouTube. So when it comes to creating, when it comes to the ideas themselves, I have deleted more. I have deleted probably about 6 videos that I recorded because I thought it was a good idea. I recorded it, then I go to the editing table, and I go to the editing, which I just use WeVideo, because I used it when I was in real estate, and I knew it, and I wanted to be able to bust it out real quick. But I use WeVideo, and it's user friendly. It costs a little bit of money, but it's user friendly. What I like about it is that it works with my editing flow, which means um, it's not the screen's not so busy that I get confused. But I use WeVideo for the streaming like this. I use StreamYard. So I'll just bust out, go on StreamYard, and once again, it's user friendly. Everything I like idiot proof. Hence the reason why I got a saw stop. I'm all about idiot proof because I can be an idiot sometimes. When it comes to B-roll is why I have the hardest. Getting in front of the camera and talking. I mean, I've been in sales for 20 plus years. So I have no problem talking, and honestly, being in sales, even if I don't know what I'm talking about, I can at least pass it off that I can. I'm not doing that in my videos, at least I'm trying not to. But yeah, when it comes to the content, I come up with something, and then sometimes it just doesn't work. So I completely get rid of it. And that happened quite a bit during the summer. But I think during the summer, what happened was when I was able to come out here and record video, I let that bump, and I think I've apologized for this before. I let that bump, and I felt like, okay, now I have to reach a bigger, I don't have to try to reach everyone. Like everyone wants to, every YouTuber, whether they admit it or not, wants to have the success of Mr. Beast, but not everyone can. Mr. Beast, his content applies to everybody. Woodworking doesn't. So, and then I'm not going to be, people who watch Rob Cosman for hand tool woodworking, they're not going to be watching me. I watch him because Blacktail Studios. I can make some tables, but I'm not going to make Blacktail Studios tables, at least not yet. But and tables didn't interest me at first, at least not epoxy tables. I watched his for like ASMR, it's called value, and now I'm like, oh man, I really like tables. Far as woodworking, there's a lot of ones out there that I can't compete with either skill yet. But when it comes to making the content, I just like, this is what stumped me this week, or this is what I'm proud of this week. Let's make a video. That's what I did for the first 6 months, and that's what I'm going to go back to. It's back to like the Woodshop Diaries, which I started and just kind of completely, let go. the video I did about drying the wood. I'm now using that oak wood on a table that I'm making for um, a local hospital is having a what do you call a silent auction to raise money for cancer. So I'm donating a table so I can give back. It's going to be called the Nina Marie. It's going to be named after my mom, who died of cancer in 2020. And that table, I'm working on that now. Once again, that one's going to be off camera because I'm way behind on it. But my I will be, that's how my content comes together. The editing, I do it. I don't write a script. I probably should. So there's a lot of I could probably do outtake videos, but I think Keith Johnson kind of already does that at the beginning of his videos. And then what's his name over at the funny guy. I always keep forgetting his name. Keeps talking about stealing his neighbor's Fisher shop. He always puts him at the end. So I'm trying not to, step in on somebody's toes here. All right, where are we at here? Don't bother, be what you are. It clicks sometimes. You got a good topic and it becomes popular. Try some tool review pros and cons. Yeah, I mean, like I said, when it comes to tool reviews, I really do. I think some of them are good. Like Project Farm, one of my favorites. That guy does some great work. I don't have the time, ability, or want to do the videos he does because he already does them. But I think someone like the Wood Whisperer, since he doesn't take, especially now that Powermatic's not with him anymore, and then when it was, he always disclosed it. But I think he does decent tool reviews. Stumpy Nubs, he does some decent tool reviews, and he tries to not have any of his sponsors as his. So I'm all for tool reviews as long as you tell me up front. And then there are some channels that never have to do tool reviews, like Tamara at 3x3 Custom. She doesn't do. I don't think I've seen her do a tool review. And if she does, it's usually why she has something, and that's what I'm going for. Like she did the one about the how to make a job site so all work for you, and I thought that was absolutely great because especially with the small shop theme going on. You have way explaining, and you are someone we can work with. Well, I appreciate that. Have you tried to use the X card for new 3D features? I have not yet. That's something like I said, I'm behind on this table. And then I have a local person who needs some furniture for their new and they specifically asked for farmhouse because it sells here. And I'm going to make a video on it. That's going to probably be a video after the desk collection. So there will be a build video coming up of me making some end tables. And I'm going to be trying to make farmhouse chic because I'm not the biggest fan of farmhouse. Looking at them, they're okay. They're cool. They can be. But building them seems so boring to me. So we're going to try to do an upgrade to farmhouse. We're going to try to do a farmhouse chic thing. It's either going to look good or it's going to look horrible. But yeah, no, I haven't done the 3D carvings yet, but I've been meaning to. So that I think will be probably on the schedule for the beginning of February. But that one would be something I would do outside of my work hours. So my new schedule that I've given myself is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. 8 to 5 is all business in the shop. Wednesdays, my day with my wife. And then, of course, the weekends, we have our two girls. So, so I do what I'm told on Wednesdays. And I do what I'm told on Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday are my days. Sorry to hear about your mother. I understand how it feels. It creates a vacuum in life. May God give heavenly abode. This hobby will help you come out of this. Well, I appreciate that, and that's how I started this hobby. I mean, if you watched my previous videos, I've talked about it. I started to actually started with my dad because the loss of my dad was sudden, and that one kind of and then after I lost mom, that one kind of hit me pretty hard, and so that's why I got into it to make something for him because he was the real craftsman of the family. But he after that, as soon as I started making stuff, I'm like, okay, I can see why Dad liked this. And then it's become when I'm not in my shop, I'm thinking about what I need to do the next day. So I haven't. I went a whole year without turning on my PlayStation. Maybe not a whole year, about 6 months. It's what I am now. All right. So when it comes to so there you go. I made $20 something $100 last year. You take off all this stuff. that I paid for. Oh, I did get $11 of marketing money from one other place for the lumber place Forest to Home. So you take all the money that you put into it, that I put into it, including well, let's just assume that since I didn't make anything and I bought stuff at the dollar store for the videos, but that would actually only a couple things because most of that I already had on hand. So we'll say you take all that out, made a little bit under $2,000 for my first year. So I was able to get a bandsaw and had a little bit left over. So that's what YouTube did this year, and hopefully it'll be a little bit better. That's what YouTube did last year, and hopefully it'll be a little bit better this year. But if not, it's okay. I'm trying to make my money with my actual work itself. So, and that hasn't changed. I'm still trying to make my shop, my business, a thing. I just decided there's too many people who talk business on YouTube, and like there's one channel. I mean, they're big, they make a lot of money, but I don't find the business side of for YouTube for video watching entertaining. And so I figured if I don't find it entertaining, then I wouldn't make an entertaining video. And then if I don't make an entertaining video, you guys definitely wouldn't want to watch it. So I'm going to go back to where it was before, which is just me, whatever. I mean, sometimes I come up with a topic one day and then the video's out that night. It may slap, it may not. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to make videos that I like, and then try to increase the editing. My editing did get a lot better. So now if I take my better video editing and go back and add it to the content that people actually started watching when I started, and something more about my journey, which will still have some business in it because it's part of the journey, but it's about the woodwork. And so I'm going to get back to that. So I'm really excited. I got a little zest for YouTube again. I wasn't burnt out by any means. I was only doing it for a year, but you get yourself, when I started the growth, I started being like, okay, well, now what do I need to do? I was thinking about all the things that I needed to do to get more growth instead of just enjoying the growth that I was having and appreciating everything. Speaking of which, I still want to try to get to, I'd like to get to 15,000 subscribers. So if I got 8 last year, I'd like to get another 8 this year, which would be 16, I know, but I want to assume that, part of that bump was I got 250,000 views on my dollar store video. And even another channel that's far better than me when it comes to content and experience, mentioned me on one of their videos that they took down. I think they ended up not liking the concept, but it was out there for a while, so that was great. And I was watching them from the beginning. That was William Douglas. Great. All right, so woodworking in 2022. Now I don't know about you, but man, I made a lot of sawdust and I made a lot of mistakes last year, but I made some things I was pretty proud of. Let's see here. Well, that table, let's see if I can find a picture of it, actually. Let me do that separate here. So it's going to be, I think I have it on Facebook, so bear with me here. But this was the first table I've made, so I was pretty happy about that. And like I said, if you guys follow me on social media, you would have saw it already. Where'd it go? Oh, see what happened here. It's on my generations. I really got to learn how to do Facebook better. I have my page, which is Generations Woodcraft, which is it would almost be like my homepage, like my personal pages. And then I made a business page for Generations Woodcraft, but now that I think about it, it was kind of silly because I don't know which one people actually. All right, give me 1 second here. Baseball stuff. Can't wait for baseball season. Okay, here it is. All right, so let me go back here. Let me go to share screen. Let me go to window. No, tab. There it is. I'll figure this out. All right, so this is the this is the table I made. Hairpin legs, so that didn't require any work, but it was the first time making a tabletop. It was, I guess, what they call a console table. It's all walnut right there, and then those are maple inlays. I didn't use the CNC for those. That was straight. That was a pretty easy cut, just as long as you don't make any mistakes and you use the right kind of blade and all that. And then I can see if I can get it right there. That is an inlay piece. It was supposed to originally be an inlay piece, but it was so small at a couple points that it kept breaking off. So what I ended up having to do was I used epoxy, some gold epoxy. So that was the Dempsey. That was the table that I made. Uh, so pretty excited about that. If you have anything specific that you guys are excited about, I'd like to hear it. I always like to know what other people are building. In fact, I met someone today and I sold my old dust collection system. So my dust deputy and my my dust deputy and my shop vac. So right now I have no dust collection because I'm waiting on some other stuff. But it met another woodworker, and I'm sure y'all know this. When you see another woodworker, and especially since he wanted me to drop it off in his shop, so I could visit, so he can make sure that it works. It ended up turning into a visit, so we talked to like 30 minutes. We talked about 30 minutes about just about woodworking. Y'all know how it is. Talk about woodworking, and she's showing me some of the stuff that he did. Well, thank you so much for that. I do appreciate that. You are number two. You are the second person. I got one a couple lives ago, and so I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, but I just want to thank you. That is greatly appreciated. So that's probably my favorite piece, mainly because I named it after my dad, and it was the first. It was my first table. Um, I made a lot of really cool cutting boards. I'm not bored of cutting boards. Don't get me wrong. I like doing them, especially when people are asking for them. But I had well, let's see here. I made one, and all these are on my Instagram. I made one. In fact, actually, maybe not all of them. Some of the ones with people's names on it, I don't put on there. But so made a lot of cutting boards. I don't think I made any shop furniture this. No, I did. I made all that shop furniture I made this year. Actually, I did most of my building this year. Now that I think about it, most of my building was done this year because I started. No, that's not true. I didn't do as much as I wanted to this year. But now I did make a lot of additions to the shop. So this year is last Christmas, I think is when I got my CNC machine. So that I've been basically using all year round. And I've been using it for some, I mean, I've been making a lot of those marquee letters, so that's cool. Um, I got my drum sander, which finally I'm going to be able to use decently as soon as I'm able to hook up my dust collection to it. But I won't give away too much of the dust collection video. But my goal of the video was to show. I mean, it's not inexpensive because the only inexpensive dust collection there is either a broom and a dustpan or a shop vac. But that shop vac just doesn't work for certain things. Like it doesn't work for what do you call it doesn't work for my table saw. It doesn't work for my planer, really. So mistakes I made this year. Oh well, I tripped my saw stop. That was so came close to cutting off my finger. The other day, I almost I got myself right here with my bandsaw because I was being stupid, wasn't paying attention. Um, Came close with the jointer one time because I was pushing it through, but I didn't realize that my pinky was hanging down. I was dumb, but I caught it in time, but it was pretty close. Um, got kicked back once because once again I wasn't paying attention, and it shot back and hit me right in the belly. I was black and blue for a couple days. And I didn't get any of those on video. Because they were always which one of these days I will. I'll get something on video, but um, So yeah, I'm really interested to know what you guys have been doing for 22. If there's uh, anything that you're proud of, and if you watch this after, put it in the comments. I always like to know what people are working on because it gives other people ideas on what they can do with it. Goals in 2023. So I guess it would be two different types of goals. There will be goals of, oh, actually, hold on. Let's see here. We got a comment. Do one session on safety. Yeah, I really do need to do one on safety. Um, I actually had one recorded, halfway edited, and that's one of the ones that I deleted because it was a lot. Like I didn't have enough B-roll. B-roll is the stuff that's not on my face. So like on a live, there's almost no B-roll. You're just sitting there talking, but I had no B-roll for that video, and it put me to sleep, and it was me talking. So, but yeah, that's one of the ones. My goal is to go back to making at least 2 videos a month. And of course, I'm already behind on that, but I'm working on that one, and I have some ideas of one in the meantime. Hey, Simplified Alice, I got my USMC shirt. All right, so goals for 2023. I would say that would break up into 2 different types of goals for me, anyways. There's the what I want to do with my craft, and then what I want to do on the basically the everyday living money side. So when it comes to the craft, I definitely need to improve my epoxy pouring. The last time I poured epoxy for a personal project, stuff got in it, and I really thought I was able to keep everything out. But the shop was just so dusty. When I cleaned it out recently, I had to wear my mask. It was so bad. Like when I was just sweeping up underneath, all these things behind me right here, before when the shop right there, before when I had my CNC machine, which was right here, I couldn't get to those, which means there was just dust everywhere. So probably going to do, it's probably going to be the first 2 videos now that I think about it. It's going to be the dust collection. And then after the dust collection's in, then it's going to be the obligatory yearly shop video. But this time I'll be able to talk about some stuff and some simple changes that I made to make my DeWalt planer right there. I don't know if you can see it behind me, but I've actually put in some fences. I mean, not fences. I took off the old bed, and I made my own out of MDF and reinforced it on the bottom. And that thing, my snipe is almost completely gone. I mean, if I ever do get snipe, it's very, very few, and it's usually because I forgot to put down the lock. So when it comes to goals for 23, when it comes to woodworking, I want to make a river table this year, at least one time, because I feel like I have to. And because I want to make some kind of epoxy river table thing. And I can't let Cam have all the views on that one. I want to snipe up a couple hundred or thousand here and there. And I want to start making some chairs. I want to make all kinds of furniture, some end tables, which I will be working on after I do this table for the cancer, uh, the silent auction. Um, I want to definitely want to start working and doing some more joinery. So I think during the day when I'm making the stuff that I need to sell and put on my website so I can, feed the family. When I come in here at nights and on the weekends, when it's my time to be in the shop, I want to work with more hand tools. And I actually found a plane for $12.50 that I'm going to be refurbishing. And when I do that, I'm going to record that one. That would be another video. I like those videos. I don't know how well that's going to do because not everyone likes to refurbish planes, but I'm going to make it anyways because I like that. Business side for 2023, my goal, so first off, when it comes to YouTube, my goal is to get to 15,000 subscribers. The first goal is 10. When you get to 10, that's when people start asking you to say things nice about the company. And then, of course, they give you a few ducats, and then you can use those ducats to, feed your family. So, so hopefully that will happen. When I get to 10, if you've been around long enough, I know you've heard this. But I said I would actually do a live and shave completely off my beard when I get to 10,000 subscribers. And then what I'm going to do actually is when we get there to the 10, I'm going to do a live stream, and then I want to raise some money that we can give to the. There's a place here called Max Mission, and what they do is they actually took in some animals that my dad had that we couldn't take care of, a couple dogs that needed serious help, and a bird that hated me. This bird, it was a blue and gold macaw, it absolutely hated me, but it had some nervous ticks, and they found homes for all of them. So I'm going to auction off, whoever, by the time I go to shave that day, on camera live, whoever wins and gives the most money to Max Mission, I will go ahead and let them decide what look I go with, whether that be completely clean shaven, goatee, the Freddie Mercury, the NASCAR, whatever. And then I will do my next video with that look. So I just figured that'd be some nice fun, and then we can raise some money for Max Mission. So that's going to be a good time. Anyways, so my goal is to get to 15,000 subscribers before the end of the year. My goal is really, the main goal is to make better content. So subscribers, it's views. Last year I got about 450,000 views, I think. My goal this year is to get to 1 million views of all my videos. If I can get to 1 million views, then that means I'm doing something, and then eventually I'll be able to get more and more and more. And then when it comes to Generations Woodcraft, the actual shop, me handing out cards, me making stuff, if I can make enough money to where I don't have to go back to work, then I will be a happy camper if I can be completely self-employed. So really looking forward to doing all the things I need to do to make that happen. What are your goals in 23? Are they simple ones? Do you just want to get in the shop more? Do you have any specific projects that you've been putting off because you think it might be too hard that you really want to do? I'd really like to hear that. So if you're here now, let me know. And if you watch this later on, go ahead and put it in the comments, because once again, you might give someone some, they might think and say, oh, I really want to try that, or give someone else the pep talk into doing some stuff here. All right, let's see here. Where did we leave off? Oh, we got nice shirt, brother. Thank you, Semper Fi. I got 2 of them for Christmas. I got this one, and then I got another one. These are only in the shop, though. So I have a very bad habit of ripping and messing up my shirts. In fact, spoiler, I got a local company who I made something for they're having a 1-year birthday party for their daughter, so I made something for them, and then they're making me some shirts, and then we worked out a deal. So I'm going to be having some shirts available. I will have the designs up very shortly. One's going to be just my logo, the ones right here in the corner, if you can see it right up in the corner. That logo is it's going to be white or black, depending on what color shirt you pick on. It's going to be on I guess it would be right here. Then there's going to be one that has the banner, the Generations Woodcraft. I think, do I have that all the way? Do I have that here? I don't have that banner here, but that one will be here, and you'll see me wearing those in my videos from now on. If you got to play what is it? Fake it till you make it, Act As If, one of my favorite sales movies, Act As If. And then I made 2 that were designed myself. One of them, let's see if I can find it. This one's my favorite because I don't know about you, but it's so true for me. So I think I tried to pull it up and it wasn't on here. But it's got my little logo on it, and then it says all my other shirts have wood glue on them, and it's all right here. So that one is definitely true for me. I get so much. My wife got me this awesome thing for Christmas, and I wore it in my first couple of videos, but it's awkward to wear it around the shop. And honestly, I've gotten a little fatter, so it doesn't fit as well as it used to, and it doesn't have clips in the back. So me trying to get my arms around me, tied it or not, just makes me feel extra fat. So I end up just getting glue all over my shirts. So these Marine Corps shirts will not be worn when I'm working. I'm doing it now because as soon as I'm done with the podcast, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to go in the house and go to bed, because tomorrow is the day that I'm going to be out here all day, and I have a lot of work to do out here. So Let's see here. I just saw a notification from you live just before you were live. This was the only one I saw. My algorithm must be off. Hopefully, I'll see you more frequently. Well, I mean, I was mentioned earlier. I don't know the live. I was supposed to do the live on Sunday, but then I didn't feel good, so I changed it to today. And I've been putting up some shorts because YouTube wants people to put shorts, and it's supposed to feed the algorithm and help you. And it did give me a little bump for a little bit. I got to work on that. Apparently, my shorts game is like on Instagram. I think I make some pretty entertaining stuff, but Instagram doesn't pick it up either. But hey, if you want to see me being silly, Instagram is where it is. I think on YouTube, what they want more of, like who makes some really good shorts? John Malecki makes some really good shorts, and he makes them to where they circle around so you don't realize you're watching it the second time until you're like, you sneaky little, it's already circling around the second time. So he gets 2 views out of you, which is smart. And I need to do that. And then who else makes some good shorts? The Woodworking makes some decent shorts as well. And so, I've been doing a lot of shorts, but you'll start seeing some notifications from me because I'm going to start making some more stuff. And when that stuff gets out there, then they'll be notifying you. And I noticed that my impressions went down when my videos per month that I was putting out went down, because yes, I could make 2 videos and I have 8,000 subscribers, but my last video tanked. I mean, it was I don't know, let's look. I haven't checked it in a while, so let me be embarrassed here and we'll do this together. Okay, here we go. Ready? So my last video, oh, there it is. It's me again. Hello. Look at it. Keeps going. My last video, here it is, channel analytics, dashboard. All right, let's go to content. And apparently this video has been taken off a lot, winter, and I wish I would have redone that video when I did it, because that was but anyways, okay, here we go. All right, so the last video I did, see a bunch of shorts, and these are all just recycled stuff from, so that's the wrong one. I was trying to up it, and I figured if I did $1 store video, then the second one would do fine. I've got to change the thumbnail or something, because look, it flatlined. I think it got to about right there, which is 23, and that was the first 5 days, and then after that, I mean, nothing. So you're getting some inside information here. If you have a video that's got 2,500 views, you make $17.38. So, and then it looks like for the last hour, 3 people have watched the video. And for the last 7 days, the last week, I've had a total of 17 views. So like I said, nothing. Look at those days where there was no views or 1. The highest day was 6. And then I made a whole whopping 15 cents in the last week. So sometimes they just don't hit at all. But the first dollar store video, let me go back. Basically, I mean, that first dollar store videos, if it wasn't for that one, I probably wouldn't have been able to get my bandsaw. This one had, okay, so this was 1,300, so it wasn't as much as I thought. So if you have 500,000 views, I mean, almost a quarter of a million views, 23,000 hours of watch time. And this would gain, look at, half of my subscribers came from this one video, and half of my income came from this one at 1317. But if you look, the first 13 days, there was nothing, 3,000. And then it took off, I mean, fast. And then the first 50 days. And then from there, so I've had 6,000 views in the last 342 days. Minus 57, say 300 days. In the last 300 days, I've only had about 7,000 views on this one. So when it's out there, it goes, and then it just stops. And the reason why is because this is what I need to work on here. And this is all editing. This is people come in, and then they fast forward. They get to what they want to hear, and then they fast forward. And then at the end, before you say goodbye, people are done with you and they leave. So so if you're thinking about opening a YouTube, your own channel, do not do what I do. Find someone who's a little bit, who's got the algorithm down. And then see, that's what happened to me during the summer, as I was trying to figure out how not to do this stuff. And then it got to the point where YouTube was more of a, um, I don't want to say more of a job, but it was more of a, I stopped watching woodworking videos and I started watching YouTube creator videos for like 3 months. And then that just, it was too much. And then my mind was, that's, so don't do that. Do one session on converting scrap wood to some value. People love to see zero to hero. Actually, I have a lot of cut-offs from this next video. A lot of those end up being like people use it for cutting boards, which are great. I have nothing against cutting boards. I enjoy making cutting boards. But what I do want to do is I do want to change. I do want to, I think I'm going to try to take that same concept. So Tamar at 3x3 Custom, a couple years ago, she made a box out of scraps. That it was for a program where they give boxes to kids who are sick. Um, and she made a box out of it. And I'm thinking I might want to make, one of my things I want to do this year is make a humidor. I don't smoke cigars because I'm not allowed to. And even if I was, I'm an ex-smoker, so I'm already worried about my lungs. But I want to make a humidor, so I think I might try to take some scraps and turn it into a decent-looking humidor. So that might be coming in the future as well. Hey, bud, looking good. Your work is really awesome. Best team leader I ever had. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was team leader very shortly, and I think you might be the only person who thought so. The Marine Corps was it was good to me, but I will say that it was rough going for me. I was a little not rough going in the sense that I wasn't the manliest man, which is really weird now because everyone that I know that knows me now, they're like they think I'm overly overbearing and like I don't cry, and it's because I think manhood has changed a little bit since I was in the Marine Corps. But I do appreciate that. It's good to see you. Um, glad that you're on here. All right, what are we at? Man, it always goes by so fast. We're almost at the hour, and we got 14 of you on here this late. Usually that doesn't happen. So those are my goals for 2023, and to do that, honestly, I just have to start kicking it into gear. So that means, like I said, long days in the shop. And for me, long days, I mean, the last time you were fair. That's what it, okay. Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, man, I was a team leader right near the end. I can't even remember. I forgot so much of that. I loved being in the Marine Corps. I mean, it was needed for me. And because I was a little soft around the edges. So I needed the Marine Corps. And I would recommend it for anybody, of course. But it's something you got to want to do. And I love, I mean, it's hard to explain to people. And Nathan, I know you know this. It's hard to explain to people that don't know. I mean, like you can say, yeah, it's like a sorority, but it's not, or fraternity, I guess would be the male version. People are like, oh yeah, it's like a fraternity. You make brothers for life. You're like, no, it is, but it's not the same. And then and I can imagine what it's like. I mean, that was with me. I missed combat completely when I got out in 2000, a couple months early because I was going to go to school, which I did. And then I met my wife, and my wife didn't agree to be she wasn't, not that she would have been against it, but I met her when I was already out. And then, of course, because I never do anything slow, I get her pregnant pretty much right away. And by the time September 11th comes around, I was in active reserve, and my son was just born. So he was born in July, and then so he was what, 5 months, 4 months, whatever the math is. And being an 0331, I was for sure, which is a machine gunner, if you're not aware of that. So it was called a 240 Golf, which is a light machine gun. And then, of course, because we were in weapons platoon. So weapons platoons are basically, think Animal Mother from what's it called? A Full Metal Jacket. All right. Except, of course, I was nowhere near that nowhere near that buff as him. Hello, Texas. Hope everything's going well for you there. Splinters to Planks. I like that name. That's fantastic. Sometimes I wish I would have thought of a better name than Generations Woodcraft. It means something to me, but I don't know. There's some really cool names out there. I like that one. Oh, speaking of which, I want to go over a show with you guys real quick before I get off. I don't know. It's been on for a while. I just started watching it. I think it's great, but let me finish my story here. I was in Machine Gunner. I already lost. This is the problem. I lost track of what I was going to say here. Thank you, sir. No problem. Anyways, I needed the Marine Corps to toughen me up, and some people think I've gone a little bit too far. Like, I had some deep conversations with my son when he was over here, you know, because apparently when I told him that men don't cry in public, that he took it as men don't cry at all, and I'm like, no, that's not true. And there's an expression, if you ever watch Saving Private Ryan, the character of what's his name, Tom Hanks, he says complaints go up, not down, and that is so true in life as well. And I told Austin, I said, look, I cry up, not down. I don't cry in front of the kids. I don't cry in front of you. I mean, I would if it calls for it. If it's where something's wrong with a family member or something like that. But most of the time I cry up, which means I cry to your mom. That's why we have such a special relationship. She's the only woman in the world I would do that with. I cry up, not down. And so apparently I went too far in one direction. You live, you learn. But anyways, see, now I lost track of what I was saying. But anyways, weapons platoon. So that's 240 golf. We're like grunts. And it was fantastic. Definitely something that I'm so happy that I did. Wouldn't change it for the world, of course. Let's see here. Wish you a very happy new year and see you doing the best in 2023. Well, I appreciate that. I'm so glad that you all are here. And if you're watching this after the fact, which I don't know how many people actually watch lives after the fact, especially since the ones that I do end up being an hour or longer, because being in my shop all day and then having special needs kids, sometimes and I wouldn't even call this adult. I wouldn't even call this interaction, because it's so weird, because it's me talking and then reading. But this is sometimes the most interaction that I get with someone other than my wife. And I love my wife, but we already had lunch together today. So, all right. So what's coming up? Like I said, you're definitely going to see a video coming up soon on my dust collection, how I put it in, why I chose what I chose. And you're going to see me montaging me putting it together, because of copyright. I have all these plans I want to do for. It's so weird. I have these plans that I want to do for the video. Like there's a fantastic episode of, well, most of them are fantastic, of South Park, and then they sing this song. It's a montage, and they're actually saying it's a montage, but I can't use it because there'd be a copyright infringement against it. But it would be perfect. So I may have to sing. I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to be that silly yet. But that video is coming up. If you have Netflix and you're interested in just like being a woodworker, we work wood, so wood interests me. If you've never watched the show, there's a very interesting show called Big Timber on there. I just started watching. I'm halfway through the almost all the way through season 3. Apparently it's a Canadian show. So they show it in Canada on whatever their BBC version is over there, Canada Air or Canada One or whatever. And then Netflix picks it up. Very interesting show. It's mostly about cedar and stuff that I like. If it was all about walnut, I would be just dying. But just still interesting to watch how they. So that's a show recommendation. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely watch it. So I'm ready for the party. Hey, you're never late as long as you make the party. Thank you for your service. Oh, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I am so glad that you are with me today. All right. So I want to thank you all for being here today. I know that I do a lot of rambling here, but, I really do appreciate it. Oh, we got another one here. You have the most entertaining woodworking. Well, I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that, Fred. I'm glad to know that. I got to say, though, I think I'll get there. But if I had to pick the most entertaining, and I might actually, maybe one day, maybe that would be our next live.
maybe that will be the next live I'll do, is going over my favorite YouTube woodworkers, handing out awards. Uh, but if I had to give most entertaining to someone out there, it would definitely have to go to um, oh oh god, it's so late. Bourbon Moth. It would definitely have to go to Bourbon Moth. That guy cracks me up, and apparently everyone else thinks so too, because he's got his own show on Magnolia now. So that's great. I love seeing work. I mean, even what's it? Jackman Works and Jimmy DeResta. I think those are the two that have their own show too. I mean, we're coming out, and I think you could, Nick Offerman. He's still. I think he still sells furniture out of his place there in Hollywood. He was I don't know if he actually does the work anymore, or if he just does his own work for fun. But he had that show. I don't know if they still do it, but it was more about all the hobbies. But man, it'd be good to see us, off of. I want woodworking to be like cooking is. I mean, let's be honest. You can go. Fox has cooking shows, and I watch them, and it's entertaining. I'm trying to learn some stuff, but there's no way that I'm so much into cooking that I would go on that show. But I still find it entertaining, and I still watch it. Like America's Next Top. What is it, America's Next Top Chef, or is that Top Model? Whatever. All those shows. But if woodworking can be just like that, that would be fantastic. Not because I want to be on TV, because I don't think it would be me that would be on TV, and not with this mug. But I just want to see woodworking get like that, because there's so much therapy into this. And I realized that today, like when I was saying, I was talking with that gentleman. I mean, you pick it up. I have someone I met when I had to sell all my dad's tools. I met, and we don't chit chat all the time. We don't meet outside of work, but whenever I need something woodworking related, I could text a guy. Then we catch up, we chit chat via text for a couple minutes. And if I ever saw him in public, we talked for, I think the first day we talked for like an hour and a half, and he was there to conduct business. But you know how it is, you start talking woodworking with somebody. And then I could talk to a turner, even though I don't turn myself, because I still find it interesting. I still watch people turn stuff, and it's, so yeah, it's going to be great. I think this year is going to be big boom for the channel. And like I said, when we get near that 10,000 subscriber mark, I'll put it back out there, and we'll try to raise some money for a fantastic organization here in Max Mission. And I will auction off the face. That means whoever gives the highest that day will be able to pick what style I go with, and then I will sport it in the next video. So the only thing that's off limits is the Charlie Chaplin. That one we cannot do because I just don't need that in my life. What do we got here? Great show. Love his. Yeah, and I'm sure you're talking about Bourbon Moth. Yeah, and he's on the Magnolia Network now, so I'll be watching it. It's fantastic. In fact, I think that's what I'll do. I might actually put a little bit of pre-thought into my next live instead of just chit chatting, which I like to do. But maybe I'll hand out the woodies, and there'll be awards that nobody will care about. The people who get them won't even care. They won't even know, but I'm going to hand them out anyways. So I think that would be the next live. So Splinters to Planks. Wait, who was it? No, it was Fred. Fred, thank you for putting that idea in my head. And if I get in trouble from any of these creators, I'm going to blame you. All right. So thank you so much for your time today. I will see you probably in a couple weeks for another live. There will be a video coming out. You can always go to my website. You can always find me on Instagram. And honestly, if you find me on Instagram, if you message me, if you have any questions, or if you want to pick up one of the shirts that I will be posting probably next week, they will be available as well. And because I am a 4X, I can tell you they will go all the way up to 4X, because I am I'm a big man. So they will be available. And I can also do them in women's shirts as well. So if you want to pick one up for the woman in your life, or if you are a woman and you want to get the shirt for the man in your life, they'll all be available for you. So I do appreciate that. You guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for the therapy that I needed today to talk and get some stuff out. I will see you in a couple weeks. My videos will be out, and you can contact me on Facebook or Instagram if you need me. Go out in the shop, get some stuff done. Oh, here we go. Stay warm, safe, and well, and you and your family. We will. It hasn't been too ugly here lately, so that's nice. Have a good evening. Enjoy the live tonight. I do appreciate you guys. Have a fantastic night. We'll see you.